Tokyo is joining the growing trend of building cities of the future by adding a new district that will cost billions. Tokyo is moving forward with the creation of the Toranomon-Azabudai District. It is one of the most ambitious projects the city has ever seen, with a cost of over $5 billion. In basic terms, the district is made up of 3 enormous futuristic skyscrapers and the 20 acres of land around them. It is designed to be a new center of commerce in the area. Construction officially began in 2019. It continued through a ton of challenges in the early 2020s, but has pushed through to a 2023 expectation date. The feature of Tokyo's newest addition that's getting the most attention is its Project A District Tower. Once it is open for business, it will officially be the tallest tower in all of Japan. It will stretch over 1,066 feet with 64 stories. The blue tower will stand over the entirety of the rest of the complex, almost as a symbol of its excellence. Its smooth, futuristic vibe flows from the tower through the rest of the project. Every detail has a unique sci-fi feel to it. Seriously, it seems like this is the sort of place you'd expect at least a few robots to be walking around in. Each building features a strange architectural design, transparent walls, rooftop gardens, and dramatic lighting that are all meant to evoke the feeling that you are walking through the village of the future. But what about if you want to live in the village of the future? As you slowly make your way to the top of the new crown jewel in Tokyo's skyline, you see an interesting wavy design, almost like the waves of the ocean. If you look closer, you will see the coolest property available to rent in their new paradise. There is only one Penthouse. For this kind of property, that space is obviously going to be expensive. It is said to be priced at $156 million. While we don't know much about the Penthouse yet, as it hasn't been finished, we do know that it will sit at the pinnacle of the tower, offering a great view of the city. Judging from the kind of views and the designs for the project, it's safe to say the Penthouse here will have the greatest view of Tokyo anyone has ever had. That is definitely worth over $100 million. Also, judging from the designs, it's clear there will be a lot of natural light and open space floor plans. So the future is looking a lot like the present. While the other 2 towers are destined to both be literally and figuratively in Project A's shadow, that doesn't mean that they aren't impressive in their own ways. Each is a pretty substantial skyscraper, even if they can't boast being the largest Tokyo has to offer. The other 2 both stand at 863 and 778 feet. They offer many of the same services, just not in the excess of Project A. As far as the designs of the other 2 towers go, it's clear that neither is trying to compare with their super tall ocean blue brother. Both are beautiful skyscrapers, certainly, but they don't really change the game. Aside from the 3 towers, there will also be a series of smaller buildings making up the complex. These low-rise buildings have been designed to link all 3 towers into one. This area has been designed with the intent that it will feel like a, quote, modern urban village. The actual design of the project started with the movement they wanted first and worked off of that. They visioned an easy flow of people from one section of the complex to another. The dream was that hundreds of citizens would pass each other from the way to work to a restaurant or a store, all in the same area seamlessly. You'd never think that the designers of some of the tallest, most futuristic towers the world has ever seen would actually want to reproduce a small town vibe, but that's what they're in for. They also consider the words green and fitness to be the pillars of their new village. This should come as no surprise to anyone familiar with the Future City movement. All of them are about redesigning the entire concept of the city so that it lives in communion with the environment and not in opposition to it. For this project, they promise that 100% of the provided electricity will be powered by renewable energy. As you might expect, the design of the buildings features a lot of overgrown greenery trailing down the exterior walls of the skyscrapers. They're all really pushing for that to become popular in the next 50 years or so. They will also be providing health-focused services such as gyms, spas, vegetable gardens, and more to promote a healthy, active community, not just an ecologically responsible one. The district will be made up of apartments, office spaces, and shopping centers, all in excess and all to the highest standards Tokyo has to offer. Seriously, these shopping centers look unlike any you've ever imagined, I can guarantee. You're first led in by the Gateway building, which looks like one corner of the building melted and then sprouted a garden on top. That prepares you for the mind-blowing experience of actually shopping here. The malls, small shopping spaces, and even what looks to be a food court all look like you're walking through some sort of futuristic, eco-friendly dream. No one has ever described a food court as looking beautiful, but this one is a work of art. You really need to understand just how big this place is. The office space alone will be enough for 20,000 workers. That is roughly the same amount of people who can visit the O2 Arena in London. There will also be nearly 1,500 apartments that are set up for 3,500 people. That is about the same amount of people you'd see in a large theater space like the Los Angeles Music Center. Aside from homes and businesses, the complex will feature a ton of other things, including multiple hotels, over 150 stores, a diverse selection of restaurants, and 4,000 square meter food market. Then there's what they call the International School. This will be a perfect symbol for everything their new village wants to foster. A forward-thinking, modern, diverse, and hopeful community. Knowing Tokyo, this will probably also be the coolest place to get 5-star dining options in the city as well. They are already making promises on this one. Then there are the additions to culture in general. The complex features an art museum and gallery that already looks incredible, and they haven't even brought in the artists yet. That's not even all that they're doing for the next generations. The building is said to have top-of-the-line childcare facilities as well. They really commit top to bottom, don't they? Hundreds of workers and designers have been working around the clock to bring this complex of the future to life. The entire thing is expected to be here by 2023, so you might want to go ahead and look at getting a hotel room now. You might never get the chance once everyone figures out just how amazing this place is gonna be. Tokyo already gets hundreds of millions in tourism every single year. This will probably just make the city even more of a magnet for travelers.